relative to what is happening there will be resolved by way of mechanism of bilateral negotiations. That's what I said.
But still, President Xi, you said, stood to the Chinese position, while the president also stood to his.
Yes.
Yes. So,
But they're still open. Both sides are open. And
and
that is why I said that's a welcome.
and in the
Sorry.
bilateral negotiations, both own position again.
Yes, but you can even if even if you insist on your side of your position, you can still argue and resolve mutually to both satisfaction, to both sides' satisfaction on how to deal with that problem.
So because there are some experts like Mr. Batumbakal, Professor Batumbakal, saying that the bilateral mechanism is inefficient and it's about time to bring the issue to a multilateral such to the UN.
He's entitled to his opinion. Conflicts in the world, when not resolved by means of negotiations, end up in armed hostilities.
No, no, that's the armed conflict is beyond or out of the picture, but on other venue like the UN or any other third party to resolve the issue.
Eh sa kanya, wala namang nagre mo ng dalawa mag-usap.
Okay, still on China, Ina, and then Pia. RJ, China rin.
Sir, dun sa waiting for China to officially respond to the last diplomatic protest, how confident are you that a response is actually forthcoming? Because the Foreign Affairs Secretary previously said that China has never responded to any of the protests we filed before, and considering that it's already been 1 month, hindi po since both to continue bilateral negotiations, we'll just take that route instead of actually responding dun sa formal protest.
Hindi, syempre they will respond. During the bilateral talks, syempre, if I were a part of the panel, di yan ang tanong ko kagad. Oh, we filed a diplomatic protest. What is your position? Di ba? A meeting.
And if that's the case, our panel been doing in the previous BCM
That I do not know kasi I'm
negotiations
not part of the panel.
in Pag-asa Island, because we've called out China for staying there. China has not been moving. Is it an impasse? Is that the right way to describe it?
Hindi naman kasi, gaya nung sinabi mo, sabi ni Kamo ni, kumbaga, it's a question of, oh, okay, fish dyan sa amin yan. Ba't nyo kami inuunaan, di ba, kung humingi ng permit. So, I don't think may impact. Antayin na lang natin kasi very recent yung usapan nilang dalawa na they agreed na, let's talk. Let's wait for that.
Pia.
Sir, you said in your statement that China has committed to give the Philippines 1 billion
Committed to what?
committed to give the Philippines 1 billion yuan grant.
Yeah.
Sir, do we have an idea already on the
Hindi ko
nature
alam
of the
kung
grant?
ano, I haven't asked Teddy Boy Locsin about that. Whether that's a grant. Pero I don't want to guess. It could refer to the rehabilitation centers establishment. Hindi ko pa alam eh. Kaya I have to talk to who Secretary Locsin about it.
Pero it was
China will
on what he did not say.
wala siyang sinabi.
Will there be any conditionalities?
I don't think so. Like for instance, di ba, discussing mutual concerns. Yan, general ang mga sagot eh.
All right, thank you, sir.
RJ, last one, China, RJ and Joseph.
Sir, did you say that in resolving the West Philippine Sea issue?
Sa ngayon, bilateral muna.
Why?
Kasi I remember si Presidente nung
It's been there
hindi
for
pa nga
quite some time.
nag-uumpisa yung bilateral negotiation after the meeting, di ba?
It,
Di ba, remember, pwede namang iba ang pinag-usapan nila doon. Pinipilit mo yung confined eh. Di ba sabi ko, pwede namang, kung yun create, pwede naman doon. Hindi porket
the bilateral
the advantage there is whatever differences you have, you can.
sent to us.
We
Okay.
expect them to have an open mind.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Ina.
Sir, this is why yesterday I was asking you kung ano bago dun sa bilateral negotiations na napag-agrihan.
Hindi,
Is
kaya
this a mechanism that will be separate from the BCM, which we also talked about yesterday?
Wala pang sinasabi kung separate o yung pares.
Because it will be the same, it will have the same purpose. So it's just going to be, tama po ba, a continuation of the BCM?
Hindi ko alam kung may bago o the same. Wala
Oo nga.
pang.
Sir, because again, I don't, please explain what new there was doon sa agreement na resolve ng dispute through bilateral negotiations because
Let's wait for the president's directive on that.
it's been 2 years
We cannot
since we
be-
started the
We cannot be
talks.
guessing here. We have to wait for the directive of the president. What happened yung parang welcome yung isa, nagsalita yung isa, palitan lang. Binabasa lang nila. Na-discuss yung mga detalye nun. It's all general.
Thank you.
Okay, Joseph. Ang China, Ace and Nestor.
Sir, we saw you in the bilat, no?
Oh, kinuna mo pa ako.
Of course, syempre. You know that there was a interesting anecdote there, correct?
What about what?
The president cut short his speech, his prepared speech, to raise.
There are tapos dinagdag niya na parang ang predicate is baka kayo nandun dahil baka akala nyo kami naglalagay ng mga nuclear arms doon at pinapabayaan namin yung mga Amerikanong pumunta roon. Eh definitely hindi. But as long as president, unang-una sabi niya, that is against the Constitution. So hindi kami papayag na mayroong malik na siya ulit.
Alright, so ito po yung sinasabi ni Ambassador Santa Romana na we are not irritants, we're not threats to each other, yes? Correct?
He didn't say it that way.
So, I think, okay.
He didn't say it that way. Baka iba ang intindi niya.
Alright. So, this is also a cabinet official.
Sino? Sino ka?
I'll tell you later, sir. This may be nearer to the table than maybe you are.
Sir,
Strong statements, no? Hey, that's our property, whatever, ganyan. as not strengthening our
I
relationship?
do not know what actions that they will or it will undertake. But what I'm telling you is what the president of China said. Quote unquote.
Okay, so,
So
sir,
whatever
slighted President Duterte that he brought up this issue and China only said we do not recognize the arbitral ruling.
that has been the position of China. And from the very start also, that is also our position that it is ours. Well, what can I slide? Dati na naman position nila yun. And then I will repeat. What is important to me is open sila na i-resolve ang dispute doon sa negotiation table. Yun ang mahalaga sa akin.
Alright, sir.
Okay, last on China, Nestor.
Secretary, what concrete gains have attained since the first BCM meeting in 2017? Because the Philippines and China have repeatedly agreed to exercise self-restraint and caution in the South China Sea.
I will not be competent to respond to that because I'm not a member of that panel. We'll have to ask exactly, ano bang mga napag-usapan nyo noon? Ano bang hiningi nyo na binigay? O kung hindi man binigay, anong ginawa nila? Kailangan alam natin yan.
But what made you say, Secretary, that bilateral negotiation is still the
The armed hostilities, that will be costly to both sides, especially on our side. Kasi wala naman tayong kakayahan. So pag-usapan natin.
yes.
Kasi I remember, meron silang, dati-dati hindi tayo nakakapasok doon sa isang area. Na kaya I remember, kaya yun ang resulta ng pag-uusap nila noon with Secretary Cayetano. So meron din nangyari.
Okay, Nestor.
Ay, mainit. Tingnan natin. Kasi the president, believe me, the president will
Pia muna. China ulit.
Sir, China ulit. Sir, yung presence ng Chinese vessels or paramilitary vessels in Pag-asa Island, isn't that an indication that the bilateral consultative mechanism is not working?
first, sabi ni, sino to? May
Vessels. It happened, which you said is the best approach in the problem. Pero despite these negotiations, nangyari po yun. So isn't that an indication that the track that we are pursuing is not effective?
alam nyo, pareho rin yan, let me give an analogy. While we're talking with the communists, may mga bakit nag-violate. Sinasabi na, hindi, inatake kami. Nag-respond lang kami. You get the point? So, it doesn't para nagsabi, I suppose siyang may kausap nga. Then, instead of me.
Alright.
Kasi wala nga. Baka siyang kinausap.
Okay.
Kasi nasa Justice Department yun. Area niya talaga yan.
Alright. Ito mga suspects sa illegal drugs, to be specific, si Peter Lim, anong information na ho natin kay Peter Lim ngayon?
Malapit to us,
Maglalabas din ng mas malaking reward money ang Malacanang for Peter Lim. Because I understand, 2018 merong 500,000 na patong na sa ulo si Peter Lim. sa
That idea?
The palace will listen to whatever idea that aral.
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, quick reaction lang po dun sa call ni Senator Gordon to probe the influxing in
What now? Influx
the
of
foreign doctors.
foreign doctors?
Pinapaimbestigahan po niya.
Pwede imbestigahan. Ano ba naman? Ano ba?
Sir, no, sir, but from illegal workers, tas kayo doctors, parang saan po kaya tayo nalulusutan in that sense?
Unang-una, baka tayo rin may influx din mga doctors na wawala din sa Pilipinas. Di ba ang daming mga doktor na nagpupunta sa ibang bansa, baka kulang na tayo. Kaya nakakapasok sila. Kaya tama yun. He should really investigate. Para malaman natin.
From Sunshine TV. Microphone, please.
Good afternoon. Ano masasabi niyo sa pagpapatigil po ng ACO Bicol Party List sa
Partido nga.
Pinapatigil po.
But the MMDA, di ba, it's excel as experimental pa lang daw.